What?
I got gummies.
You got gummies or you got Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, you got Sour Patch Kids. That's Patrick Fuel. They're sour and then they're sweet.
Yeah.
Guys, what's going on? Rick here, LaLa Farm, and hey, Patrick.
Hey.
It's been a while since we'd done a kind of animal spotlight, and so one that Papa wanted to do a while back, we still have not done. Had a lot of other things going on, a lot of travel videos and whatnot, but you know, we noticed that a lot of you guys, you know, y'all like the travel videos, but you still want to make sure that we continue to put out a lot of footage or a lot of content for the farm. So today we're going to do a animal spotlight, and the animal spotlight being the dogs. With that being said, right now we have Monster, Ellie, Hazel, Dixie, Boone, Monster, Dixie, Ellie, Hazel, Boone, and Betsy. 6 dogs, 1 property. Thank God it's 20 acres. I'm gonna kind of go over each one and kind of give you all some footage, and I tell you what, it's fun watching these jokers in the morning. You know, Betsy's been out working all night long, Dixie and Monster have been sleeping, and Ellie and Hazel and Boone have been in Mom and Dad's bedroom. Papa's over there on top of the greenhouse working on what he's been talking about in all the lives, trying to get some stuff done for him. Some of these cooler season or cooler weather projects, he's working on that. And while he's working on that, I'm going to be working on this. Seeing as though Monster's like right in front of me, let's go ahead and start with him. Monster boy! Come on, Monster boy! Monster boy, come here. Hey, buddy. Monster. You can't have any of those. Your job is not to eat the kids. Your job is to protect the kids. So with Monster, Monster is a Blue Pit Mastiff mix. You know, we actually found Monster roaming the Mormon church here in Baker County, in Macclenny, and we had just had another one. His name was Max, and Rick Isaac was very young at the time, and Rick Isaac decided to jump on Maxo while he was laying on the couch. And Max was a Staffordshire Terrier. Well, I'm sure that Max was startled, but where, you know, what I'm used to is as soon as a dog draws blood, you know, he can't be here no more. So Max ended up kind of rearing back and taking a chunk out of Rick Isaac's forehead, and so Rick Isaac ended up getting stitches, and Maxo ended up going to the vet. So that had just happened, I think, like a month and a half prior, and we run across that thing at the Mormon church. Me and Chelsea have kind of always had a soft spot for your Staffordshire pit bull breeds and all this kind of stuff, and you know, a lot of people they give them a bad rap, and be honest with you, I mean, that rap is not always bad. I can tell you that Papa was absolutely scared to death of Monster whenever we brought him home. Had zero interest in him being around. Really didn't want anything to do with Monster. And it took a really long time for Papa to really trust Monster, and to the point where we could bring him over and he could interact with the other dogs and all this kind of stuff. And since we brought him home, you know, he's my boy. I can't imagine being on the farm without him. I mean, I know that's eventually going to happen. Life happens, death happens. He's definitely a sight every day I wake up, and I even sleep with him. I have a hard time sleeping in bed without Chelsea, and I have a hard time sleeping in bed without Monster, which says a lot because right now we're sleeping in a queen size bed, me, him, and her. Ooh boy. So the next one on our list, we're going with my dogs first, and then we'll go with LaLa and Papa's dogs. I have 2, she has 3, and then the farm has 1. Call her, because I don't know where she, there she is, right there. Dixie, come on, baby. Dixie. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them running to me. There's Booney Bot. We'll get to you in a minute, bro, monster boy. And here comes, my wife calls her the delinquent fox. She's like the bad character, the bad fox in all the Disney movies. Dixie, come here, baby. Hi, Dixie. Hi, Dixie girl.
Hi, Dixie girl.
Hi, Dixie. So Dixie is a border collie.
Not Bo.
No, don't give him any of Sour Patch Kids.
Okay.
Dixie is a border collie blue heeler mix. Extremely intelligent dog. Way too smart. She is a bundle of absolute energy. She is more or less Madeline's dog. Super energetic dog, like I said. More or less Madeline's. Sweet loving dog. I ain't gonna lie, she tried to wrangle my kids a couple times whenever she was younger, and you know, I won't go into how I trained her, but she doesn't do it anymore. She's a very well behaved dog. She listens very well. Like I said, she's super smart. So that's my dogs. Now we're gonna move on to Booney Bot. Boone. Hi, Booney. Hi, Boone. So Boone is a black lab. Supposed to be purebred black lab. He might be. Nobody really knows. But with Boone, he was a gift to my father. His name is Boone, B-O-O-N-E, after the USS Boone, which is the ship that my dad did all of his time on in the military. And he is a farm dog through and through. You can't even walk him on a leash because he just loses his mind. He's used to being free. I can't tell you the last time I seen him with a collar on. You know, he gets all of his shots and all that kind of stuff, but as far as being a traditional pet where he has a collar and a leash and all, no, that's not Boone. You know, when mom and dad, LaLa and Papa have to go out of town, they put Boone on a leash. Not one, it's the kind of a slip leash where it goes in through the loop and then they round it around and then they pull it tight. One of those kind. And he just loses his absolute mind. So, that's Booney Bot. He loves running around the property and just doing dog stuff, and he's lazy, and anytime anybody's out at the barn, he wants to be out there. And he's also Monster's best friend. So that leaves me to Betsy. Betsy is more or less the farm dog. We've already done a animal spotlight on Betsy, but you know, she's an amazing animal herself. I can tell you, living at LaLa and Papa's property or living at the farm has definitely been a learning experience, because I can tell you at the middle of the night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, you won't hear her much during the day, but at nighttime it is absolutely insane. She's going nuts. She's constantly barking. She's constantly doing her patrol. She's wandering around the perimeter of the property, making sure that the property is safe and the goats are safe and the chickens are safe. You know, Papa a couple videos back said something about the gang of 4, the Australorps, and how they don't house themselves in coops. They stay out in the open. With them being out in the open, that means they're also open to predators, and Betsy keeps them safe. We haven't lost one. That may be because of them. It might be because of Betsy. Who really knows? Nobody's up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But Betsy, like I said, she does a phenomenal job. And so that's Betsy. Of course you got Chewy. Chewy's not a a dog. He thinks he is. He thinks he's a dog. Choo choo choo. If you haven't checked out the Animal Spotlight on Chewy, I'll leave a link up there. Had to undergo a wardrobe change. Didn't get the footage that I needed to yesterday because of Halloween and having to get kids ready, so figured we'd start bright and early the next day and go over the last two dogs. So we got Ellie. That's the big one of the knuckleheads right there. I tell you what, those two right there did not like each other at all when we first got here, or whenever they first met. They did not like each other whatsoever. But since, Ellie's become quite fond of Dixie. So Ellie is a Great Dane. She's definitely the biggest out of all of them. I'd say that between probably all of the dogs, Ellie is probably the alpha. Her and Betsy are pretty much equal. The difference is Ellie and Betsy are very different in the fact that Ellie is not a farm dog. She's a house animal, or a house horse, because she's huge. So she's the house horse. And then you got Betsy, which is always out at the farm, or always out at the barn, always outside, always doing chores with LaLa. And then you have Ellie, which is always inside. And then that leaves us to Hazel. Hazel is the oldest of my mom's dogs, mom and dad's dogs. She's a good dog. She is extremely skittish. Still enjoys playing with Dixie, running around with Dixie and Boone and everybody else. But like I said, she's just skittish. Anything that's new, I can't even get close to her with this camera. I had to get some GoPro footage because this camera is just too big. She will not let me anywhere near her with it. But that's her way out there. Hazel! Yeah, she's like, I'm not coming near you right now. I don't know what that is. So, with Hazel, she is, like I said, she's the oldest out of all my mom's dogs. She is very skittish. She doesn't mind me and my dad, but she's also not a huge fan of men. She also likes Steve. We found that out whenever Steve got back from Bahrain. She likes Steve. She likes her some Stevie. Those two, they really don't leave the front or back or side yards. We had them on shock collars for a little while. What are you doing? We went over Betsy, we went over my two, we went over mom and dad's three. That's it. So I do have one more video that'll be coming out here shortly. It's another animal spotlight. It is on another 4 animals that we have gotten to hopefully solve an issue. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell for notifications on future content. Until next time, thank you for visiting the farm. Be well, and always remember, treat others as you would like to be treated. Bye.